All right, here's something that you had a huge impact on, and
Oh,
that is from impact player to main event player, the Justin Credible championship victory and title reign. They talk about his rise, and they talk about how he became such a douchebag. And I think it's 161 days that he was
yep.
that he was world champion.
Okay.
17 title defenses on television and
17.
pay-per-view.
Okay.
Look
Oh,
at all
there's
the
that
cowboy
cowboy
hat.
hat. Where were we?
I don't know, but I got to find that now.
Okay.
So yeah,
Very cool.
it's a recap, but still, you were there. You were right at ringside for all of it. The
Yes.
let's hear about the ascension of Justin Credible.
Well, I mean, I feel like he was pretty over as a heel when he did the Impact Players thing with Lance. Um, but again, when you're, are you happy with just being a tag team champion, or do you want to go after that world title?
Right.
Some people are okay with tag team gold, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's great. Some people prefer to work as a tag team. Some people do it their whole careers. They'd like to have a partner with them. In PJ's case, um, I felt bad. I felt bad for Jason because when they put me with PJ, somebody sent me the clip not too long ago, and I watched it, and you can see Jason's face at the arena, like he's standing there, but PJ just focuses on me. And I don't know if Paul told him to do that or not, but later on, just Jason was just like, yeah, I kind of got pushed out of the equation. And I was just like, I had no idea what was going, like, I was just told I thought we were all gonna be a group. Like,
Right.
I did not know that Jason wasn't gonna be a part of it, which kind of made me upset. But that wasn't my call
Would have
at
been
all.
funny to have you two playing off each other.
I mean, but was there really a need for Jason?
You could make the argument, no, but I
I
could see
know.
it, as it developed
I
with
just
them
felt
in the
bad. I felt
storyline.
like I didn't want him to think that it was me saying, "Oh, let's get Jason out of here," because I couldn't, I didn't care if he was there or not. Like it wasn't me. It was
Right.
it was the higher powers. But I feel like mm, PJ and myself, I compare it to Shane and I a lot. It was very comfortable. It was organic. I remember the first night we worked together, I was like, oh, we have to figure out like a pose or something. And we did the thing where I hand him the belt, he gives me the cane, and it was just, we didn't practice or anything. We kind of looked at each other, we were like, hey, that was pretty good. And we just started doing it on every show. And it worked, and like Paul told me he wanted me to be a mouthpiece for him, but we ended up both using the stick, and he was a good talker as well. Um, I just felt it was a good pairing, and we got a
Yeah.
lot of heat together. It worked, and I feel I'll argue with anyone. I think he was a very credible champion.
Yeah.
I think he was a good worker. And I'm saying this about everyone, but I honestly feel like if they weren't good workers, they wouldn't have held up in ECW or anywhere for that matter.
Oh,
Paulie wouldn't.
they would have been shown the
Yeah,
door quick.
Paulie wouldn't have somebody out there representing the company that couldn't work. And back then PJ could go. He was good, and he was a pleasure to work with.
Yeah. I've really grown to appreciate your pairing more as the years have gone on and we've watched so much stuff because, obviously, like I watched it, then I got to know PJ and see his side of things, but then I got to see your side of things too over the last few years. I've really grown to appreciate your pairing more as we watch all
Nice.
of these videos.
Well,
So
thank you. Yeah, it was like I said, it's not so much like I can compare Shane Douglas to Tommy Dreamer with our pairings, and that was apples and oranges. That was a totally different thing. But I feel like PJ was the closest thing to that chemistry that I had with Shane. There was a spark with PJ. It was a very, very good pairing, I felt. And I think the fans felt it too. And Paul loved it. you know,
Yeah.
because if he didn't, he wouldn't have kept me with him.
Yeah, and if anybody watches this, check out the YouTube channel where we have a really great story by Justin Credible talking
Yeah.
about the mastermind of Paul Heyman and how he moved a lot of chess pieces around to get what he wanted. And it's one of my favorite clips that is on the channel.
Yeah, it's a very interesting take from an insider
Yes.
who pulls no punches, so to speak.